Good morning, my lovely students. I hope that you guys had a nice weekend with your families. Today, we are going to proceed with our analysis regarding our text in unit number 12, which is You Are What You Wear. And the title of our text is The Decade That Fashion Forgot. But before that, we are going to have a quick revision regarding the paragraphs that we have done already last class. So let me just share the page with you, and you guys, you have to follow up with me in your students book on page 148. Grab your pens in order to write any notes that we will discuss in our lesson for today. And here we go. I believe that you have got the screen in front of you, the page that we are going to analyze for today's class, which is page 148 in your student's book. And we discussed last time the introduction of the text and paragraph A, which was said by Bianca Carr. But let us have a quick revision regarding the meaning that we took in here. So we said our title is The Decade That Fashion Forgot. So what do I mean by decade? Yalla, decade.
Period of time of 10
years,
years.
A period of 10 years. Thank you, dears. What about the word fashion?
clothes,
Clothes. Yes. What else? Style. We can say that it's a style, right? It's costume. Let's go to the word era. Eras.
عصور
Usur and
عصور,
Periods of time
years.
in the
Try to answer.
past.
Yes, times from the past. Yes, okay. What about the word fashionable? What part of speech is it?
Adjective.
an
adjective,
adjective,
And it means
Elegant.
elegant,
elegant,
stylish,
neat, stylish. Yes, dears. Yes. And now we'll go to paragraph A, which was said by Bianca Carr. And we have also here a couple of vocab. What is the meaning of spiky?
thorny,
it has a lot of spikes,
Yes, that okay. It's thorny from thorns, and it has a lot of spikes, sharp endings, sharp heads. Yes, dears. What about the word dyed? Where do you dye your hair?
at a hair
The
salon,
color
salon,
something.
At the beauty salon. Yes, at the beauty centers. And the word dye means
To color
colored,
something.
to
color,
color. Yes, to change the color of your hair here in our case. All right. What about the adverb extremely? It means
Very.
very,
very,
or
very,
really. Yes. And here is a new word, an interesting word that you guys have to learn, which is cringe. And it means,
embarrassed,
yes, يعني عليك. Here when I say shrink, okay, when people get embarrassed, لما يكون في ناس مستحيين, okay, بالعامية in the street language, okay, especially in Arabic. You guys hear الناس مثلا لما يقول استحيت, okay, انكمشت بأوعية, okay, على قد ما أنا إيش مستحية. فإنه here shrink it came as this meaning. So shrink or إيش being embarrassed يعني عليكم. The word mysterious, what part of speech is it?
Adjective.
It's an
adjective,
adjective
adjective,
and it means
Something
hidden,
which is hidden.
yes, something that is hidden or it is إيش hard to
Believe.
be under.
hard to believe,
Hard to believe, hard to be understood. شيء غامض يعني عليكم. And here, this is a very important word in here, which is funnily, because it takes another meaning from its original meaning. Because we know that funnily it means laughable, إنه إشي بتقدر أنت تضحك عليه. But in here, in our case here, okay, it's an adverb and it came with the meaning what?
In a
Strange
strange
way.
way.
or amusing way. So, and where can we find that in our text? Why did they give it this meaning? Because here, I believe in our text, when they said, funnily enough, they are back in fashion now. So it is strange. It was okay, amusement. There was an amusement, and it was strange in order to get this type of fashion back. Okay, and the last word here about our first paragraph, or paragraph number or A, اللي هي affordable, and it's part of speech is an adjective. And what does it mean?
An inexpensive thing.
Inexpensive.
Inexpensive or
Reasonable price.
reasonably priced، يعني أسعاره معقولة. Alright, we have talked about the verb, or about the word inexpensive. We said that it has
Prefix in,
a prefix
and
which
it
is
Prefix.
gives the opposite
The
meaning.
The
opposite
opposite
meaning.
meaning.
يعني عليكم the negative meaning. Yes. So if I ask you, what is the antonym of the word affordable?
Expensive.
Yeah,
Expensive.
expensive. Thank you, dears. Now let's move to our second paragraph, or paragraph B by Rick. Landis, I believe that we started analyzing it last time, but it is okay. We will repeat it. So, who would like to start reading? Let me do. Oh, okay. Do you guys see it, or do you want me to zoom in more? Is
No,
it
teacher,
okay?
from our books.
Okay. يا عين عليك يا عين عليك. All right. Let's see students in here, and I would like Sarah Batar to start reading, dear.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah.
Rick Landis. My kids ask me to show them photos of myself before I got married, and it's really embarrassing. The clothes we wore
The
then look
clothes.
the clothes we wore then look ridiculous now. But to be honest, I don't know what's worse. What's worse, the shiny coats we wore then, or the skinny jeans my daughter wears now. She looks like she
Where's?
where
Yes, where's?
uh,
Not
wears.
wears, حبوبتي. Yes, where's?
Wears now. She looks like she painted that trousers on. They are so tight. As for
Thank
my
you, dear.
son,
Thank you, dear. Thank you. That was great. Thank you. Let me have another student in here in order to participate. And let me see here. I'll take Mariana. Go ahead, dear. Continue. As for my son,
Yes,
Khalifa.
teacher. As
Yes.
for my son, why does he think that he looks cool when he wears his jeans so baggy
Uh-huh.
and low down? Isn't
Low
it
and low down.
low down? Isn't it funny how something so awful can be considered attractive? We were influenced by singers just as kids are today. But singers in the 18th
80s, in the 80s.
80s were
Same.
pretty tame compared to some that are around today. I don't know what I had do if my son or daughter came home looking like them. What I remember most of all is that we loved getting dressed up and we weren't afraid to make a fool
Mhm.
of ourselves. I suppose some things never change.
يعني عليكي. Thank you, Mariana. All right, let's
Yeah.
go back and have a quick view on this paragraph. So, what does Rick Landis tell us about his kids? He has a daughter and a son. My kids asked me to show them photos of myself before I got married. So they asked to see his photos, an album of their father in the past before he got married, and it was really embarrassing. So he was embarrassed. He was, what is the other word from this paragraph that we took? Cringe, cringing,
Cringy.
cringing. يعني عليكم. Yes, cringy. So he was cringy. He looked embarrassed. He shrinked in his clothes. The clothes we wore, so he started to talk about the style of the clothes that he was wearing in the past. Then look ridiculous. Now, what's the meaning of ridiculous?
A
Silly.
funny
Silly.
in the
Silly.
original
Funny.
meaning.
Silly, yes, silly, سخيف in Arabic, foolish. They look foolish, okay? And what part of the speech is it?
Adjective.
It's an
Adjective.
adjective. يا عيني عليكم. Now, but to be honest, what's the meaning of honest?
صادق.
صادق,
صادق.
صريح, yes. I don't know what's worse. Okay, let's look here. I don't know what's worse. The shiny coats we wore then, or the skinny jeans my daughter wears now. So here he is comparing, right? He is comparing back then, the past, and now, the time and the style of clothes or fashion that they wore in the past. So he is confused. He is saying, which is worse? The shiny coats, what's the meaning of shiny in here?
لامع.
لامع, which is an
لامع.
English. Sparkled, glamorous, all right? All these are synonyms, yes, for the word shiny. So, is it worse to wear shiny coats or skinny jeans my daughter wears now? Or he is comparing the shiny coats in the past with the skinny jeans or the skinny trousers for now. And we said that we have here a sentence. She looks like she painted the trousers. And who answered this one yesterday when I said explain this? I believe it's Farah, right?
No, it's John, teacher,
Me.
but I can explain it if you want.
Okay, can you please?
Yes. Painted the trousers on, that the jeans are so tight that it looks that it's painted on her legs.
It's yes, that yes, it's painted and it's not worn. Yes, يعني عليك. Thank you. And here he is done from his daughter, and he is talking now about his son. So as for my son, why does he think that he looks cool when he wears his jeans so baggy? What is the meaning of the word baggy in here?
Loose.
Loose, very big. Yeah, فضفاض يا عيني عليكم. And low down ايش? His waist, right? شو يعني waist?
الخصر.
خصر, yes. So why does he think that he looks cool when he wears loose pants, loose baggies, okay? And he puts his pants under his waist. Let us see. Isn't it funny how something so awful? What's the meaning of awful?
Very bad.
Very bad.
bad
very
يعني
bad.
شيء مروع مزعج, okay, سيء. Yes, isn't it funny, okay, how something so awful can be considered attractive? So here, oh, okay, and what is the meaning of the word attractive?
جذاب.
جذاب.
So, okay, see here, التناقض. So here we have an antonym, which are awful and attractive, okay? How is something bad can be considered something good? How is something awful can be considered attractive? So here, this is an important expression that you guys have to take into consideration. We were influenced by, what's the meaning of influenced by?
تأثرنا به.
In English,
Affected by.
affected, يعني عليكم. Affected by singers. So now we're talking about singers. We were influenced by singers just as kids are today. So in the past and now, people, okay, are affected by singers, especially teenagers, especially people in your age. But singers in the 80s were pretty tame compared to some that are around today. Who can explain this sentence? Singers in the 80s were pretty tame compared to some that are around today. Who can explain it?
Can I, teacher?
Yes, go ahead, Sarah.
That the singers in the 80s were more beautiful and prettier. If we compare to the singers now.
Okay, بس هنا the word pretty it doesn't mean that they are beautiful. It means that very.
Or very cute. It means
So
or
أنا
يعني
أنت
وديع.
على إيش بدك تاخديها؟ You have to explain the word tame. Pretty tame يعني very tame.
So I know it's in the Arabic. Can I
Yes.
say? Tame
Yes.
وديع.
Yes. So, okay, they were easier. They were cooler or kinder, okay? They dressed in a way that is more simple or simpler than the way now. فاهمة كيف? This is, so do you guys understand? They compared the singers from the 80s with the singers around now, okay? For now, so here they say that the singers in the 80s were more gentle, okay? They were more, okay, simple. They were in simple way. Yes, thank you, dears. Let's continue and thank you, Zaina. Here, okay, today I don't know what I'd do if my son or daughter came home looking like them. He is talking about who?
The
The
Like the
singers.
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 The singers, okay, when? In the 80s or for nowadays?
For
Nowadays.
nowadays.
Nowadays,
Now.
يعني keep this in your mind. This is an important sentence, an important question. So he would get crazy, okay, if he sees his son or daughter, okay, that who come home looking like them هون على مين بتعود؟ Singers nowadays, singers nowadays. What I remember most of all is that we loved getting dressed up and we weren't afraid to make a fool of ourselves. I suppose some things never change. Okay, here he is telling us, Rick is telling us that back in the 80s, when he was a teenager, when he was not married yet, okay, he and his friends, his loved ones, they weren't afraid to wear and to act, okay, as they wanted, okay? And for now, I suppose some things never change. Why did he say this sentence? Who knows? Why did he say this sentence?
Can I say, teacher?
Because
Yes, go ahead.
Because maybe children and teenagers nowadays do the same things and they try to copy the singers nowadays as they did in the past.
يعني عليك, because he sees his daughter and his son, they are wearing whatever they want, the baggy pants, the tight jeans, the leggings, all right? So he and they do not care about what their parents say, all right? They are not afraid. So that's why he said this sentence or this expression. I suppose some things never change. It will go on and on over ages, over eras, okay, over times. Do you guys have any question regarding this?
no, teacher.
No,
All right.
teacher.
Okay, so let's go to C. I hear the Juan, right?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Would you like to start reading about Alan
Sure.
King?
Yes, teacher.
Go ahead, dear.
Um,
Everything.
everything was big in the 80s. Jewelry, shoulder pads, and hair. You either covered your hair in half a can of hairspray or you had a pair. I got mine permed because she looks much better now. Because I wanted to look like Kylie Minogue.
Yes, we know.
I think she looks much better now, and I hope I do too. What I remembered most about the 80s was lycra. It was in every shop window. It became popular when keep fit clothing crossed over and became part of mainstream fashion.
Yeah,
I
Alec,
used
thank you, dear. Thank you. Let's get a chance. Let's give a chance to another student to read and hear. Thank you. Who do we have? يلا يا عامر. عامر. Maybe there is something wrong with his mic. I'll take Marianne. Marianne, are you here, dear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, I used to.
I used to wear tight pink.
Where?
I used to wear tight pink lycra
Lycra?
leggings,
Yes.
leggings with black leg warmers or a puff skirt and high heels. I still wear high heels because I'm on the short side, but I wouldn't dream of wearing the rest of the outfit. What amazes me is that my own daughter wears leggings now. I suppose it just goes to show that trends come and go, and when you least expect it, they are back.
Yeah, Naleki. Thank you, dear. So let's go back to paragraph C, which was said by Ellen King, and see what she is telling us regarding fashion. Everything was big in the 80s. What does that mean? That all clothes, jewelry, stuff that they wear, okay, they were big, huge. They're not small. Such as jewelry. What's the meaning of jewelry?
مجوهرات.
Yes, in
مجوهرات.
English, it's a kind of accessories, but they are what? Expensive, right? لأنه المجوهرات is more expensive than accessories, than الإكسسوارات, right? Hello?
Yes,
Yes, because they are made of what?
gold and silver and diamond.
Gold
And
and silver.
silver, yes, and diamond, right? So they are more expensive, and that's why they are called jewelry, not accessories. Shoulder pads, which we talked about last time, and we said that they are sponge that are put on the shoulders, okay, in from the inside in a jacket or a shirt in order to make your shoulders look what? Smaller or bigger?
Bigger.
Bigger. That's why they say everything was big in the 80s. And the hair, what types of hair or what type of hair was famous in the 80s?
Pen.
Perm, yes.
Curly hair.
يعني عليكم. You either covered your hair in half a can of hairspray. Who can tell me why did they say that?
Can I teach it?
Because the perm sits for a few months, so that you should put a half a can
Okay,
of
who's that? I
hairspray.
believe that's Zena, right?
Yes.
Yes, Zena here. Okay, look at the sentence in here. You either covered your hair in half a can or hairspray, or you had a perm. So we do not use the hairspray for the perm. But Farah,
Yes, teacher.
can you tell me why do we use the hairspray? You have to go
Uh,
back to you guys. Okay, that question is for Farah and for everybody. Go back here. What? Okay, kind of hair we talked about that needs hairspray.
Spiky
Spiky
hair.
hair.
عيني عليكم. Yeah, this is it. So why they use hairspray more than half a can, okay, أكثر من نص العلبة, بحطوها على their hair. Why? In order to make it spiky, because when you want to make sharp heads for your hair, you have to put something as the hairspray in order to ايش يسوي فيه؟ To make it stable عشان يثبته. صح أو لا؟
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Yeah, so
teacher.
here, that's why they said you either covered your hair in half a can of hairspray, or you had a pair, or you had a curly style of hair, or you had a curly style of hair. I got mine permed. So, Ellen, okay, what type did she get? Is it the spiky or the perm?
Hair.
Perm.
The perm, yes. Because I wanted to look like who?
Kylie
Kylie
Minogue.
Minogue.
All right. Who's this? Do you guys have any idea who's that?
Teacher, I got it out of Google. Can I tell you?
Yeah, and Aleki, go ahead.
She is an Australian singer, songwriter, and actress.
Yeah, and Aleki. So you got this slide, right?
Yes, teacher.
Can you read it for me and explain it, dear?
Kylie Ann Minogue, AOBE, born 28th May 1968, also known mononymously as Kylie, is an Australian singer, songwriter, and actress. Minogue is the highest-selling female Australian artist of all time, having sold over 70 million records worldwide. She has been recognized for reinventing herself in music and fashion, for
And
which
in music and
fashion,
yes.
for which she is referred to by the European press as the Princess of Pop and the style icon. Her accolades
Accolades.
Her accolades include a Grammy Award, 3 Brit Awards, and 17 ARIA Music Awards.
Yeah, and Aleki. Okay, would you like to add anything? Would you like to explain or?
She's an Australian singer.
Yes, what are the main points that we care about for our lesson in here? She's an Australian singer, songwriter, and actress. What else, dear? Here about the style and fashion.
Okay, she has been recognized for reinventing herself in music and fashion.
يعني عليكي. She has been from here, yes. And how many awards she took? Okay, or before that, for which she is referred to be, okay, what was she called?
Princess of Pop.
Princess of Pop.
يعني عليكم, the Princess of Pop, and ايش? A style icon, okay? So these are the information that we need from this one, and do not worry, I will provide this slide for you with the video for the lesson for today. So thank you, Ya Farruha. This was a participation issue. I will give you one mark for it. Thank you, Farah. Habubati, let's go back here. Yes, and okay, Kylie Ming. Okay, I think she looks much better now, and I hope I do too. What I remember most about the 80s was lycra. It was in every shop window. What's the meaning of shop window?
That
واجهة
they
المحل
is
يعني.
اللي هي الفاترينا تبع المحل. When you go when you walk in the streets, okay, and there are shops, you look at the shop windows اللي هي ايش احنا بنسميها الفاترينات, right? It became popular when keep fit clothing crossed over and became part of mainstream fashion. What's the meaning of mainstream fashion? Mainstream.
Very popular.
Very popular.
الموضة
So
السائدة.
يعني, so it goes on and on. It doesn't end. It's a trend. تمام. It's a trend. Okay. I used to wear tight pink lycra leggings with black leg warmers. What's the meaning of leg warmers?
مسخن الأرجل.
مسخن ولا مدفئ؟ No, احنا ما بنسخنهم، احنا بندفيهم يا فيكي, right? And who can tell me how do they look like? Where do we guys place them? They are kind of what? They are kind of socks. زي الجرابات, okay? But it's not for the foot. It's for the leg itself. تمام؟ اللي هو بيحطوها من عند القدم, اوكي, من عند المفصل تبع القدم الفوت لحديت الركبة, لحديت الني. These are called leg warmers or a buff skirt. ايش يعني buff؟
تنورة منتفخة.
منتفخة, yes, buff, اوكي, في انتفاخ بالتنورة. ما كانت هيك loose, ما كانت straight, اوكي, it was like a buff. And high heels, what's the meaning of high heels?
الكعب العالي.
كعب عالي.
العالي. Do you guys still wear high heels or girls?
No.
No? In occasions لما يكون في عنا wedding, حفلة, شغلة, عملة, ما بنلبس كعب عالي? I still wear
Yes,
high
maybe.
heels because I am on the short side, especially if the girl is short. She prefers to wear high heels in order to look taller, But I wouldn't dream of wearing the rest of the outfit. So Ellen King, okay, she lives until now, and she says that she likes to wear high heels, and she still wears high heels, but she would never wear tight pink lycra legging now, or a buff skirt, or a black leg warmer. So here, I wouldn't dream of wearing the rest of the outfit. What is the rest of the outfit? Which is the tight pink lycra leggings with black leg warmers or a buff skirt. So if I say explain for me what is the rest of the outfit, you guys have to answer these, okay? Let's go and continue our analysis for now. What amazes me is that, okay, my own daughter wears leggings now. I suppose it just goes to show that trends come and go. So it's like a mainstream. It comes and goes, okay? It doesn't fade. And when you least expect it, they are back. So they are back from the 80s, from the previous eras. Unfortunately, your time is up for today's class. Next class on Monday, we will be explaining and analyzing the last paragraph, which is paragraph D by Jason Phelan, and we will be answering the questions D and E. So please prepare them and be ready for next time's class. And for the meantime, I will leave you in order to go to your next class. You guys have a nice day, and please do not forget your homework. Do not forget your homework. Bye bye. See you.